Hi Divas, this is Wanda from Wanda's Workbasket, welcoming you to another Crafty Thursday. I thought I would show you some of the tote bags that are available to diamond paint, and then get back to our project on painting and sanding little wooden figures and things to diamond paint on top of freestyle. So anyway, these are some of the tote bags that are available. This is more like a plasticized, like a recycled plastic type of thing, grocery bag, tote bag, and it's a kit. And I think I showed you some of these before. They come like that. Here's another one. That's a duplicate, sorry. Two of those. They make great Christmas presents if you want to do that. I'm going to try to sell some at a flea market coming up. Don't ask me how they're doing because I haven't done it yet. But I think these are fun. They're very pretty, very attractive when they're done. Another style is the cloth type. And I want to show you several of those. You'll recognize the tree pattern on this one, no doubt. You can get it on those foldable containers, the square foldable containers. You can also get them as diamond paintings a lot of times in a series of like several different trees. So that's one of them. And this is on a fully cloth canvas type bag. They're a little bit smaller. There's another one of the trees. They come out very nice, very pretty. But I wanted to show you how they do washed. Now, I want to tell you first that I did wash them. I threw it in one of those mesh laundry bags. I did not do it on gentle, okay? I turned it inside out, and I did not dry it. But I want to show you the glue I used on it, and I want to show you that, not because of the special glue I used on it, not one of the diamonds fell off in the laundering process, and this does not look like a shriveled shrinky-dink when it was done. Okay, what I did was, before I glued them down, I would put dots of, wait a minute, where's the full bottle here? Let me show you. Aleene's Jewel It. I use this because it is washable. It's permanent and it's washable. Aleene's Jewel It. Okay. What I do is I actually put it in a little bottle that has like a needle point, or when I open it, I don't chop off the tip. I just put a pin through it. So there's a teeny tiny little opening in it. Otherwise, normally you would chop off the tip and you would get a whole wide piece of gunk, piece of glue at the same time, and you don't want that much glue to come out at once. You just want a tip, a tiny bit. So I'm just going to put this on here, my water container, which we're going to use later on. Okay. So anyway, it's slightly movable until you let it set. It sets fairly quickly. It's embellishment glue, it's called, and it's fabric embellishment adhesive. It adheres. Okay, wear your glasses, girl. Stop being vain. Not like you can see me here. Adhesive permanently bonds jewels and accents, and the older bottle says it's washable. Holds jewels permanently through repeated washings. That's the older bottle. This is the newer bottle. I don't see where it says quick drying, dries clear, non-toxic, permanently bonds hard to hold items such as plastic, metal, glass, beads, rhinestones, pearls, and sequins to fabric. And it doesn't mean permanently, because I wanted to test it out before I gave them away, before I told you to use this glue. I wanted to test it out first. So, you know me and Bling. Bling's my thing. Bling's my thing. Okay, so, yeah. So what I did, again, was in a normal wash load, all I did was turned it inside out first, because you saw me turn it the right way. Turned it inside out. I rumpled it into a mesh laundry bag. I threw it in with the regular laundry load. I pulled it out before it went in the dryer. I did not put it through the dryer. Another one I might do that, but I didn't on this one. Yeah, that was an extra. I don't see where that came out at all. Aha. All right. I am proving myself to be false here. Whoop, see, that's too much, but I'm going to share it. Okay, so there are one or two, see? I didn't look. That also might be because in my haste to get them done, I may not have, glued them all down properly. I am known to do that. Okay. There's a blue one that should be at the center of something. Maybe that's down here, yeah. Maybe. There's one missing here. Alright, but that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. And that's probably more my mistake than the glue's mistake, because everywhere else it's fine. It doesn't tell you how to wash it on there. It just says that it's washable. The one thing I don't like about... grief. Alright, well. It didn't want to sit there. Alright. The one thing I don't like about these bags is sometimes you get them... Oh, that's where it belonged. The back stuck, but the top didn't. That's what that problem was. Let me... Oops, I didn't open that one yet. That's why I keep reaching for it. Tiny little bit, please. Tiny, tiny, tiny little drop. But you're not going to do, are you? Oh, not bad. Alright. Do you see how on some of them, some of the bigger ones, they put the outline in red on a white, on a clear, I think you can see it now, on the clear gems. You can see it on the bottom one especially. It's hard, if nigh impossible, to get them lined up so that you don't see any of that red outline. I don't like that, obviously. Especially if there's a white one behind it. I mean, you know, and a clear one behind it. Behind it. Blech. I can't even talk. Especially if there's a clear one on top of it. Yeah. So, I'm going to go through and fix the one or two that have decided to go AWOL on me here. But I think it's good enough to give away, or I don't think it's good enough to sell. I'll probably use this one for my own. That's the reason I did wash this, because I didn't think it was good enough to sell because of the red lines behind some of those. But it's great for, like, you know, an advertising piece, you know, dragging it along with me to wherever I want to go. But this canvas washed fairly nicely as long as you don't dry it in the dryer. I did dry one in the dryer, and it got all rumpled and small. So don't do that. They don't give you those washing instructions on the kits that you get. Because you get them from China and they're not used to doing that. So today, Crafty Thursday, what I'm going to do is continue to paint and sand some of our creations that I want to do freestyle on. It's the green. Yeah, that I want to freestyle on. I'm not sure what should I do? Should I paint the back of this? Back of the butterfly? But I'm not sure what color I'm going to make it on top. I'm going to put a second coat of second coat of green on here. That and the hearts. And then I'm going to paint the bottoms. Let's see, a gray. The dark gray that I have. And the other ones will continue with the rainbows. We'll continue with the flowers. I don't think they need a second coat because they're going to be encrusted. So they'll just need to be sanded and the little piggy. And the oink oink right here. So alright, let's start with these. And I have a piece of cardboard to put them on. Once they're done. You can do that and chat. What should we chat about today? Nothing much happened since yesterday. Since our Tea and Talk Tuesday. I wrote some more things down on where I think my calling is at as far as ministry goes. I don't want that ever to be in question. I was talking about what a spiritual director is. This past Sunday, I preached Pulpit Supplied for a friend just up the street. And it was a great experience. It was over a year since I've been in the pulpit, honestly. And you know what? I think that was part of my depression, is that I wasn't. But, of course, you know, it takes an anvil to fall on my head before I can see things. Like, oh yeah, that's an idea. Sometimes. It was a wonderful experience, and I know that because it felt good. I could smile the entire time. My normally introverted self said hello to everyone. Granted, there was only a few people there because, you know, COVID, and because they're older peoples. Am I on camera at all here? Yeah, I guess I am. So, yeah. And I even got to speak the very little Pennsylvania Dutch I know to some of the other Dutchies in the congregation afterward. It was fun. It was very fun. And I was able to create a sermon beforehand, craft a sermon beforehand that wasn't forced, that wasn't a rehash of something I've already done, that came straight from the scriptures. You know, some of you may not know, and those of you who don't like to speak in public probably already know that you don't like to do this, that you don't, it's difficult sometimes to come up with what you're going to say and then do it every single week. Well, and for those who are extroverts who don't mind doing that, find it easy. But for us introverts, even though we are creatives, some of us are creatives, I find it easy to see things in the scriptures, but then difficult to put everything into words and then write it down in a coherent form and all that, yada yada yada. This time it was a little bit of a task, but the ideas came, and the idea worked smoothly, one into the other. And it worked with what I had been contemplating earlier regarding my calling as a spiritual director and how that would work out. And last Sunday, my home church was asking for creative ways that they could use the building, creative ways that they could be in ministry to the community, out of the box thinking. And I'm like, oh, out of the box thinking. I have some ideas for you. So I want to go to a consistory member and talk to her about it. One who had been in on some of my prayer classes and creativity classes before. So I want to talk to her because she'll know what I'm talking about. And I tried to call yesterday and the phone just rang. Actually, my phone did a silly thing. It decided 2 rings, it cut itself off and said, oh, you're not close enough to the network box or whatever. When I had just been talking to another state just before I tried calling this phone call, and I'm in the same room as the stinking box. I couldn't be any closer. It had a clear line of sight to the stinking box. Okay, so I don't know what went wrong there. I tried it twice, and I thought, well, I don't know what's wrong. Maybe she has her phone off the hook or something. She's a woman who likes her quiet time as well, so maybe. So I'll try her again today. I did some journal writing this morning on all these topics. And yeah. So my family is getting along well together. Let's take small miracles where they happen. Right? I probably need this green again. Is there anything else I need the green on before I put it away? I think so. Not that I know of, but I do have these mermaids, and while this isn't a green I would usually use for the tail, maybe if I mix a little blue in with it, what do you think? We'll get a nice teal? Become a nice teal? Let me use the light blue. Mix it up. See if I can get an interesting shade of teal together. What do you think? Is it good? We're going to make mud. Do I need a little white in with it too? Well, that's not terrible. It's like a sea green. What do you think? Ooh. I almost like the swirly pattern too. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Needs a little more blue. A little bit of white. Ta-da. Certainly don't need this much paint in the container here. A little bit of white. Oh, come on, white. Grr. Yes, I should do that with the lid closed next time. Just in case. Oh, there was another one underneath there. Alrighty. Come on, come on, come on. I'm not a pro at blending colors to get them to the color I want. It's all experimental with me. It's not bad. It's kind of what I want for a Pretty Little Mermaid. Alright, so how much of the tail? How much of the tail? I don't even mind if it's not completely blended. Okay. Do I have a pencil here somewheres? No. Oop. Stay. Got a pencil over there? No. I know what that is. It's not a pencil. Alright, well what I'll do is do it like right under her boobs. Because maybe I can glue or print a seashell on there. I'm going to do the rest of this. I can draw scales on it, right? I can draw scales on the tail. These are going to be keychains too. I have to get the keychain parts though. The little ball chain and hook, or the chain and clasp, whichever one works better. There we go. Yeah, so my family's getting along right now. We're getting ready for, my sister-in-law is a reading specialist in a school system close to here, and she retired this year. She got her 30 years in. And she's young enough to retire and enjoy it. They have some house projects they want to complete that they're doing. My brother and sister-in-law do. My brother's not retiring yet. He's so busy. It would be, you know, a long time before. Why am I painting the back of it yet? That wasn't smart. It's going to stick to the cardboard. I didn't hear you. Y'all yelling. Enough. Anyway. Yeah, I think she's, we're having a special dinner for her. My grandkids had their last day of school yesterday. Last day for the year. My grandson graduated into middle school. He's now going to be in 6th grade. So I'll have a 4th grader and a 6th grader next year. And the 6th grader will be at the junior high. One of the two, middle school will be one of the two middle schools where I substitute teach. So I've been teasing him about that. I don't think he's really thrilled with the prospect, but I won't tease him in class. I'll tease him ahead of time, but I won't tease him in class. Because that would be just mean. That would be mean. And I won't treat him any differently than I'll treat any of the other boys and girls in the class. My mom's good. In case I didn't mention it yesterday, I think I did, but we will be going to Arizona in July, down to Tucson, to be with my father-in-law, to be there to intern my mother-in-law in her final resting spot. I don't want him to be lonely. You know, that's the only thing I care about. You know, I want him to be happy. I don't want him to be lonely. I'm sure many of you have had to be there for your parents and parents-in-law as they go through these transitions. And it's not easy. My dad has already passed, and now my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law in November, my mother-in-law in February. Oh, I just got, if you're into diamond painting, I just got a Josephine wall canvas from Uniquely Yours Down Under. I think I got 2 altogether. Now, one of them has 197 colors. One of them has only 48. And they're both as intricate. I don't know why they're different. I have an order in with Diamond Painting Deutschland for one that has 200 and some colors. I love that kind of a challenge. I love confetti. It gets frustrating when I miss one. Of course I miss one. You know, you have to go back and find the spots where you missed. You know, you put a whole bunch of them down, then all of a sudden you go back and think, I missed one. It's frustrating, but it's doable. I love to see all the confetti pieces when it's done. It makes the project very detailed, and I like that. They're not coming out too bad, are they? I like that. Little boobies. There we go. And I will glue shells over her chesticle area here so that she has a shell bra. I'll probably do that with E6000 glue, or even a hot glue type of glue, because they'll set instantly that way. Don't forget when you're painting to get into this on the sides. Now they take more painting, they take more paint, they absorb more because it's like an open area here. And then after I go over the sides, I go over the top again because you get runners, you get like blobs of extra paint. Ta-da! First coat of the little girl's bottoms here. Okay. So I'll put the teal away. And I'm going to do red, so I want a second coat of red on her hair. I just used a pure red on that. I'm not mixing anything for that. And these, again, these are just Apple Barrel or Craft Smart. Apple Barrel or Craft Smart paints. You can get them at Walmart or Michael's or Joann's, one of those. Yeah. Get all the green out of the brush. Yep. Use the red. I think for the hearts, for these plants, you know, these heart photo things, I think maybe I will do pink for the background of the heart. I can do whatever I want on top of it, but if I have a pink underneath it, what do you think? Yeah, putting a second coat of red on here. On her hair. After the second coat, then I will go back and sand it. When it's thoroughly dry, I'll have to do the other side and sand that. And I think both sides of this will get the same treatment. These are probably going to be more than key rings. They're too big to be key rings, so I'm thinking they'll be like little window decorations, because they'll have the bling on them. So I like that. One of the neat ideas I saw online yesterday in one of the groups is, you know, the problem of loving to do it and having way too many pictures to hang in your house, and you know, I sometimes change them out, you know, change them out. Like I put a series of them up, like, you know, a bunch of flowers in one room, or you know, elephants in another room, and then sometimes when I'm in the fall or whatever, I'll put fall related pictures up, and then I'll change them out for Christmas related pictures, and blah blah blah. She had a fantastic idea. What she did was she got a room divider. You know, one like accordion folded one that folds in on itself. She got a room divider and glued the picture frames to this room divider, and then glued jewels, gems, other diamonds to the frames, so they look like they belong there. She painted the accordion divider in black, all black, so that they'd all have a black background, and then figured out what she was going to hang where, hot glued the frames on there, decorated those frames with jewels, and then put the pictures in. I think that she put the pictures in. I would put them in afterward, or somehow. I don't know how I would do that. I would make the frames detachable, I think. I wouldn't glue the frames on. I'd find a way for the hook element or whatever to be detachable. It was so pretty, and she used so many. There were at least 3. One divider would have 5. One portion of the divider had 3 different paintings on. She used so many different paintings on it. It was really neat. So that's one idea. I think it was in this group in using, or what to do with your unused gems, your unused diamond drills. And this is one of my ideas. I have little boxes I want to do to make them look like little treasure boxes. I glue diamonds on the top. I have to paint them. Okay, so in addition to these mermaids and these flower things, I have a little piggy bank. I went to the dollar store and I got these wooden things at both the dollar store and at Michael's in the clearance bins. You find the little wooden figures. And that's, I have rainbows, which I'll show you. Rainbows, and then there are a cloud on the back. I have different color flowers. I have to paint the other side and do a second coat of them. Here's the little piggy for the piggy bank. It is a real piggy bank. There's a stopper underneath and everything. And I have gray elephants. I'm going to put some kind of mandala or something on them. I have crosses and bigger picture frames. So that's what I'm doing as I'm getting red paint blotches everywhere. That's what I'm doing. You don't have to watch me repaint everything. If you don't want to. My husband says stop saying okay. I'll try. Boy, these things soak up the little paint, I'm telling you. I use it straight from the bottle most of the time without adding any color to it, because you can easily find the same color and if you need a touch up. And it's easy to put a second coat on. Worrying about the color, anything that you need the color matched with each other, then it's easier if you get it just out of the bottle. This red is an apple barrel flag red. That's what this red is. I'll need a little more in here anyway. The ones I used for the teal are New Shamrock Green and Pool Blue and a little dab of white. So that's what I used for that. And this is just apple red. I try to keep things as simple as possible. I did a whole bunch of keychains. My mom made a neat suggestion too. Since diamond painting is a fairly new craft, maybe the past 3 or 4 years, right? And maybe sell a few to them. What I'd like to do is, I've done a whole bunch of keychains. That seems to be the one who sells the most. I'll do some more card blanks too. I'll do some more cards with them on. And these, I'll sell these. But her idea was the local library, sometimes they ask for people to come in and teach things. And ours has 2 display cases that they like to fill with local interest, things by local people. And my mom has put some of her collections in there. I would like to put diamond painting examples, you know, the notebooks, the keychains, the tote bags, the pictures, the storage containers, the eyeglass cases, yada yada yada. I'd like to put a display of all those and then teach a class. And the display would be the advertisement for the class. What do you think? If that could be a good idea in your area, feel free. Feel free to use that. Okay, now I'm going to move the little lassies off to the side. But let them dry while I'm doing the next thing. And red. Did I red on anything else that I need touching up? No, so I'm going to put the red aside. I will have to get clean water. Maybe I'll do the dark gray on the bottom of these things first. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me do the dark gray. I think one of these had dark gray in it. If it didn't, it will now. No. Let's see. Oh, I don't need any more pink. Do I have one that looks pink? Nope. Do I have an extra one somewhere? I have a piece of cardboard I can do it on. Yeah, I have a piece of cardboard I'll use the back of. It's kind of slick. The gray I'm going to use on the bottom of this. The gray that I mixed to become the elephant. I lightened that with white for the elephant. Oh, I have a whole bunch of angels to do too at some point. I have boxed the rainbow on it. I'm going to do that the same way I'm doing the rainbows otherwise. Oop, now see, I'm dropping it out. And okay, here's the dark gray. Get the brush clean and dried off. Alright, the bottom of these I'm going to do in the dark gray. And it'll need a second coat. Why don't I do it in a dark green as if it were in the ground? Well, not everybody likes the color green. I didn't want to use brown for ground. I thought gray was a good neutral. It would go with whatever kind of picture you put in the heart or in the butterfly. That's why I chose gray. I didn't choose gray until I started just this morning. I'm being very careful not to splash any of the gray up on top of the green, so I don't have to touch that up. And this gray I should have shaken up a little bit better because it's thin. As you can see, I'm trying to keep the brush strokes from being obvious, and I probably should have used the spongy thing for it instead. Yeah. I'll go around the edges. I don't know how many of you made it to this point. I thank you if you did. I'm going to go on and keep painting on my own here. Thank you for making it this far. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Fearless Friday, where we'll be doing some more, oh, these trucks, I'm telling you. We'll be doing some more diamond painting, and we will read more on our book by Mira Lee Patel on My Friend Fear, Making Friends with Our Fear, what it really means. And you know, I'm all about emotional intelligence. I'm all about learning and teaching why our emotions are there, what we can do with them. Sometimes some emotions we associate with bad are not really bad. They're indicators of other things. Some emotions we have are not always good. I mean, they're good, but they feel good, but they may not always be good. And in what situations they could be either. So anyway, we are talking about fear and anxiety, for this round, we're going to continue our My Friend Fear book with Miralee Patel and talking about that. In the midst of that, we give ways on coping with our fears, ways of challenging our fears, ways of figuring out what our fear really means, and anxiety the same way, because fear leads us to anxiety. So, in the same way. So I hope you join us tomorrow for Fearless Friday. Remember to like and subscribe down below. If you like our channel, if you want more of this content, if you want more diamond painting, more tips and tricks, and family chat, leave your comments below. Maybe comment today, if you've gotten to the end, comment today on, put the word flower down below. The word flower in the comments if you've gotten to the end of this. Soon, when we reach 100 subscribers, I will have my first drawing. And I have so much stuff to give away. Soon after that, I'm going to start monthly drawings. I want to get to 500 subscribers fairly quickly, and then after that, I want to have drawings every month. So, if you want to be a part of that, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. Come back often. Put the word of the day in the comment section, and good things will happen. And I will bless you in return. Okay? All right. Take care. I'll see you next time. This is Wanda signing off for Wanda's Workbasket. Bye.